Okay, it says I'm live. It's a bit of background noise, but it's still warm here, even at night. Yeah. Hey, Chris. So yeah, I basically brought up like a kind of a bit of an odd topic, I guess. It's a bit of a wide one, I guess. Because it means like ageism is a thing. It is a thing. It's not so much an issue with me personally, because basically I'm not at an advanced age. I'm not young anymore. I'm not at an advanced age where basically it's an issue. But yeah, there's a thing where sometimes, I'm sorry guys, I'm just really not feeling I'm really not emotionally up there right now. I did a bit of retail therapy to kind of make myself feel better. I've ordered something pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool to make myself feel a little bit better. I really shouldn't have done it because basically, I don't really have the money to do it. But it's I'm just gonna get an overdraft. Whatever. I get work to cover that maybe at some stage. I don't know. But yeah. So there's kind of two sides of it. I've never been a young person that's been struggling to get into into relationships, because essentially, I'll let it be a secret for now, Chris. You'll find out in 2 to 5 working days. Yeah. I've got yeah. I forgot what I was saying. Yes. So basically, there's you go through life and if you're in a gay community, or if you're not in the gay community and you are attracted to older people and stuff like that, then it's a little bit hard to be taken seriously by the older people. And there is a huge issue, especially with the younger people, where where the age when you basically start discovering what stuff is happening to your body and everything is kind of is a horrible practical joke, because you're not allowed to really do anything about it. You're not allowed to do anything with your stuff, you're not allowed to. But it happens, and yeah, you want to just get out there and stuff, and it's really hard to realize that you're not really mature enough. If there was a God, and basically I was the person that was designing people, then I would definitely make it so that like they didn't know about this stuff, even like figure this stuff out until they're like 20, 19, 20. I don't know, you know. It just seems kind of like a weird, cruel joke. But I do know many people, and one of the things with my job is whole dealing with the fact that there aren't any there aren't a place for people to like even there are no young people dating stuff. There's no real like stuff to do with like to kill this stuff, and it makes sense. And like people in the gay community especially, basically they often lie about their ages to get onto like dating websites and stuff. Like people that are 15, 16 years old kind of like just make up that they're 18, 19 years old just so that they can get onto things like Brommer or Growler or Chasuble or Scruff or anything like that, just because they like older, more mature guys. And it makes sense, I can get how that's a bit of an issue, but it's wrong. It is bad. It is wrong, and they shouldn't do it. But when they do get to the appropriate age and stuff, they're still kind of chastised. Basically like and it's not their fault, and it's not the fault of people who basically just aren't attracted to anybody that's under the age of like 20, like me, kind of, I'm really not attracted to boys. I'm really not attracted. I'm not a pedophile, and that's one of the things. I don't want to be seen as a pedophile. People don't want to be seen as a pedophile for basically thinking that younger people, I'm not talking about just guys, I'm talking about girls too, especially in some cases, basically, it makes sense. It makes complete sense. But again, it happens. Not the pedophilia thing that happens, and that's very bad, and that should definitely like be stopped. But it's like it's in some cases it's very understandable that basically like somebody's been like led on that somebody's like a certain age, and then like they find out that they're not a certain age and stuff like that. It's just that happens all the time, and it really shouldn't be a thing. Especially if you're trying to build a relationship with this person, because you have to be really honest with a person if you're going to build a relationship with them. And it's annoying. It's annoying and awkward. Yeah, so there's often ageism to the guys that are like 19, 20, 21, 22 even, they're completely legal, but they basically they may look a lot younger than they actually are. They may, people just sometimes aren't attracted to that, and it's hard. It is, but the reality of it is that basically not everybody's going to be attracted to you. But unlike the other end of the spectrum, basically you have time. You have all the fucking time. There's no there's no rush. It's really, you have time. And this is it's very good, because basically that's great, in fact, because you have a lot of time to basically to explore like other avenues. If you're attracted to older, mature men that are basically, then that's kind of the oddity, But you don't have to feel guilty about it and stuff. I totally understand that. I've got a Santa fetish, for fuck's sake. But it's just, they're not all going to be attracted to super young people. It's a thing you're just going to have to deal with, I guess. But yeah. Then there's like there's basically, there can be ageism from people in the middle, like where I am in life at the moment is basically I'm 30 years old, and people who are like in anywhere between like 30 to 45 basically are in this kind of like middle bit. I've heard this a lot. They're in kind of a middle section where they're not really young enough anymore to be called like a cub or be kind of like cute and young and innocent like looking sometimes, and yet some of them are, not all, and yet there's like and people like that stuff a lot more. They seem to like the extremes. It seems to go like the extremes, and yet they're not old enough to be considered to be like the daddy bear, the more mature one, and all that stuff. Again, this age group kind of like sits in the middle and kind of just is attracted to people in their own age group, and that makes sense. That's okay. But it's also okay to like outside of the age group and stuff. It's not a bad thing, but I can totally see how people can get stuck and feel like they're stuck, and especially for a very long time. I've heard from people that like they just really don't want to be. They really don't want to be just the general bear stereotype. Just they want to still be the cubby guy again, or they want to be the daddy and stuff like that. And like there are things that you can do to basically or you can just call yourself one of those things still. It's not like set in stone. Any of that is not set in stone. It's really hard to explain and stuff. I did actually prepare for this, but yeah, age positivity is a thing that you should definitely apply to. And of course, then there's the older demographic, which is a little bit, I have absolutely no experience with. Well, I have experience with friends and stuff, but it's I keep getting told that it's harder. I keep getting told that basically that you kind of lose, you kind of lose your confidence to handle rejection as you get older, as you get past the age of 45 and stuff. And it can be a bit hard to put yourself out there a lot more. Try not to overgeneralize here, but it's really hard when you're talking about just such topics and stuff. But the thing is that basically all I can say is that like there are people out there. There are definitely people out there that would like to be with the older crowd, that like Santa bears, that like all that stuff. It's completely fine. Basically what I'm trying to say is that there is somebody for everybody. There are people that would find you attractive. There are people that would find you interesting. There are people that out there that want to talk to you and stuff like that. It's not, you're never just stuck being single. You're never just stuck anywhere. It's a thing. You have to kind of get over. It's very much individualistic, I think, when it comes to the older demographic. Because, like I said, I've heard many different stories. They're never the same. It's never the same thing. But most of what I'm getting out of it is that basically, like as you get older, you basically lose confidence. Yeah, and you get more hurt, and oh my god, would you just, whatever you are, die, just be dead, just be dead. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think keep getting distracted from my own bullshit thoughts as well, which is great. So yeah. So yeah, basically, I think what I was trying to say is that, like, no matter what age demographic that you basically that you fit into, you kind of like you're going to be fine. And that's my opening statement. That's basically my opening statement. I've basically hit all of the points I wanted to, but I didn't hit any of the major. I didn't hit anything. I didn't line it up very well, but I've hit all of my bullet points that I basically wanted to get out. So yeah. And yeah, like I said, I'm feeling a bit. I'm just feeling a bit shat on somehow. I don't know what it is. But everything's just making me stop and think about annoying bullshit that's depressing and sad. And I really don't want it, but that's depressing. That's depression. That is what depression is, basically. Like yeah, I've tried all the things that normally distract me, and they're not working, and it fucking is annoying. Thanks, Jeff and Chris. Thank you. I do appreciate you saying that. I say good stuff. I say things good, you know. Yeah, I should do an episode on depression. I've already done that, but I can always recover topics, guys. It's totally fine if I recover topics, but I might just do depression. Just like especially when it comes to like times like now. Like I love my partner. I do. I really do. It's not his fault, but I don't sleep. He's not always there to make me feel better. And it's really sad. I want to just like, I want a place where I can just hang out with friends. And that place probably is here, so that's great. That'd be a good topic to touch. Again, I've done it already, but I don't mind doing it again. But yeah, if anybody has any like things to do with ageism, then let me know. I was going to talk got on my notes here that I should mention my my buddy. I'm trying to think of a good. I've got his actual name in the notes. It says mention. I'll just say his. There we go. Mention his situation. And I thought, okay. Yeah, his situation is basically that like he had a partner. His partner broke up with him and then later died. I don't know how old he is, but he's kind of a cute Santa Bear kind of guy. Not really super built like a Santa Bear, but he's still pretty nice. And yeah, he's basically depressed that like that the romance he had with his partner was really nice, was really good, and he's just really worried that that's never going to happen to him again in his life. And it's really annoying because basically like I said to him that he's in a very unique and very great situation where there's people that look for the kind of connection that he had with his partner their entire lives, and some of them never find it. Some of them look for it their entire lives and never find it. Like whenever you're feeling down about it and stuff like that, you know, keep looking. If you want to keep looking, then by all means keep looking. And he is, you know, he's putting himself out there and stuff. But you know, if you're feeling rejected, if you're feeling down, then you know that you've got those memories that you had with your ex-partner. You know you've got something still. You know you've got memories and got great, you know, had a great relationship, and yeah, you have memories of that. So yeah, and he talks to me about this stuff because I've basically been there. I had my first partner. We had great fun together. We had a great relationship. It was awesome. It was every bit that I've had with Damon, and yeah, I can understand if I've never met Damon after that basically I can understand wanting that again and stuff, and I can understand the pain that sometimes those memories would have, especially since you know you can't have them again with that person. But they're still good memories. They're still really good. You know, what I have with Damon doesn't overwrite them. So yeah. See, that's the depressing shit as well, also, because we have bad memories, and of course there is still that memory of yeah. So yeah. Yes, it's difficult when Damon isn't there. I sure wish Chris and I were neighbours. We would both hang with you every day. Yeah. Oh, Chris. Oh, now the noise is back. Great. That's an awesome way of looking at it. So, well, yeah. And that seemed to make him feel better. Plus, like I met him in Vegas. This is one of my friends that I met in Vegas as well. Plus, he basically, like after we had that talk, after we exchanged those words, basically, he'd been eyeing a guy that he'd seen all weekend, and basically like every time I saw him after that, he basically was attached to that guy. It was really funny. So it was like, I don't know if I helped or if he basically helped himself somehow, but it was quite funny. So, oh, where is it? Oh, yep, there he is, having his face licked off. So, yeah. But yeah, Chris, I basically found out how much my plane tickets are going to cost, and that's actually really cool because like either way, whatever happens, I'm going to be able to see Jeffrey. It looks like, so that's good. Yeah, I'm sorry that you're not going to be able to see Jeffrey, but either way, it looks like I'm going to get to see Jeffrey. So I'm going to spend an extra day or two. Whenever I get my tickets, we'll organise that, Jeff. With Jeff. Yeah. And it's basically, it costs about the same amount of money as it would cost doing it the other way around. You know what I mean. So you're going to do a layover before or after Vegas? Well, I was thinking before Vegas, but that's true. I could do it before or after Vegas. Huh. Yeah. You're giving me ideas, Chris. You're giving me weird ideas now. It's like, if I really wanted to, I could do before and after Vegas, but I don't know. I don't know how much that would cost extra. Would that cost extra? I'll just go over here. I'm using Kayak, by the way. Because I could get like Jeffrey a present, and basically like is it Boston and Afghanistan? Really? No. And then basically bring it here from Vegas, and then bring it to yeah. Let's have a look. It's searching. Wow. If I do all the stopovers and all that stuff, it can cost me as little apparently as £675. But the non-stop fare is around about £916. That's flying from with American Airlines from London Heathrow to Boston, then with Delta from Boston to Las Vegas, and then Las Vegas to Boston with Delta again, and then American Airlines. American Airlines seems to be cheaper. I don't know if that means, yeah. I still don't understand how it's 7 hours from London Heathrow to Boston, and yet it's... No, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's a lot of time in the air. From Boston to Las Vegas, 6 hours. From Las Vegas to Boston, 5 hours. It's just a lot of varying times. It's so random. Sweet, so it's actually cheaper to see Jeff. Well, it's the same. If for direct flights, it's the same. £916 because it's earlier fare and it's using kayak, so it's cheaper because I'm using American Airlines instead of British Airways. So yeah, but I'm going to use American Airlines anyway. I was going to use American Airlines anyway, so it's about the same as if I was going to. Yeah, it's about the same. Denmark. Oh, Denver. Okay. I was like Boston to Las Vegas with a stopover in Denver. It's like, why do I from Boston to Las Vegas? There's a it just says DN. So I was like, what the fuck? I get to go to Dublin if I go to the do the super cheapest fare. So that's something, I guess. Aer Lingus. But yeah. So yeah. That's sweet, Jeff. Yes, it's because of the time zones, I think. How? No, that's not how that works. It's actual airtime, how long they're in the air for, not because of time zones. Because I found that basically it's 4 hours coming back from Las Vegas. No, wait, it's 4 hours going to Las Vegas if you go by just what the time is at each time zone, you know. But it's actually 10 hours. So time zones, no, that logic doesn't. Yeah. It'll be a good buffer, you know. Basically, I lose a lot of my jet lag going from back and forth, going back and forth like that. So yeah. Yay, Wolfie's here. He says Denmark, Denver, very different places. Yeah, I can believe that. So I hope that's not too many changes for you. Well, I don't know. It depends. We'll work it out when it gets time. You know, when it gets time to actually book my tickets. Because like I started to do my passport and everything. I want to get my passport sorted because I don't know, on British Airways they require you to basically submit your passport information if you're traveling intercontinentally. Internationally, sorry. Intercontinentally is different. They don't give a shit. But yeah. Interhemispherically. Because you're on a different hemisphere. You're basically on the other side of the world. You know that, right? But yeah. But no, we found out that basically. So yeah, I was just trying to inform Chris that basically the you know, I can at least see Jeff. It is still possible to see Jeff and kidnap him. I mean, and hug him. See, you know, witness his presence. You know. Yeah. Just imagine that. It's like, right, I'm at the airport. That's great. You know, on my way to Vegas and saying goodbye to him and everything. And they get their hanky and I get a bottle and I just pour some stuff into a bottle. And he's like, "What's that?" So it's chloroform. He's like, "What's chloroform?" It's just, well, smell it. It smells great. You know, like stand behind him so I can catch him, and then kind of like he took some sleeping pills before the flight. He's a nervous flyer. Yeah. Watery eyes now. Great. Yes, this smells like what dreams are made of. No, see, Wolfie, that's That's really creepy sounding. This tissue always smells stinky. It's like stale bread or something. It's just because it's been in the sun-dried office with all the wood and all that stuff. Oh, stingy ice. I didn't get any ice spray. I didn't get a new bottle of ice spray. Where's my old bottle? There it is. Maybe that'll help. By the way, my rash on my chest really hurts. Look at that. At least it's smaller, but it's more concentrated evil and owie. You know? It looks kind of three-dimensional on the camera. But seriously, it's just a surface rash. It's not like three-dimensional. It doesn't hurt when I poke it. So yeah, weird, huh? It's not stinging so far. Hello, there's a spider. Ugh. If you want me to sound creepy, I can do this. Smell this. It smells like our future together forever. No, because that just sounds like you're going to murder somebody. Oh yeah, it's fine. Oh no, I've got that. I've got that cream. I don't actually have it with me. It's really annoying. I've got Sudocrem. That's fine. It's going to be fine, guys. It's already going away. It was hurting, but now it's not hurting anymore. So that's something. Yeah. Soon. Wait a minute. June, July, August, September, November, December, October. I missed out October, didn't I? Yeah. October. January, February, March. Yeah, 10 months. 10 months. Oh, seriously. Tubbs, can you transfer some hugs? Well, of course I would. Again, it won't matter though because he's going to be kidnapped by him. I mean, he's. Of course I would. I can do that. That's fine. I'll transfer hugs between you guys. Big squishy hugs. I just realised I haven't got Discord on. There we go. I'm still hoping, Jeff. I'm still hoping that you're going to be able to come. So you know, but I'm just saying that as a backup plan. There's this. So yeah. Do you and Damon have any plans for the weekend? I don't think so. I think the Bloxham Steam Rally, the Steam Festival, where they get all the steam engines out and stuff, that's not until next weekend. I think. So this weekend is free. So we might go to the cinema. not really a fan of going to the cinema at the weekend, but we might go to the cinema. We got basically the weekend free, which means one thing in this office, and that means that basically cleanup time. Well, I know, exciting, exciting. Yeah. I was going to do some editing for the video that I shot the other day, but it's actually in the house. The camera that I used is in the house. Oh, wait a minute. I think it syncs up on all Google devices, so I think I can actually use that thing. Yeah, what movie do you want to see? Isn't there two that I've got to see? I want to see. I think there's Deadpool. Let's see Deadpool. Yeah. Is there another one? Solo. Might want to see Solo. Damon might want to see Solo. He's not so invested in the Marvel stuff as I am. And even then, I only got really invested because basically Joss Whedon directed the Avengers. So yeah. Haven't seen Solo, but can definitely recommend Deadpool. Yeah, well, you can't really go wrong with Ryan Reynolds, in my opinion. I didn't even think that Green Lantern was that terrible. It had good bits in it. You know, it didn't suck all the way through. Just most of it. But it basically was okay. The bits, you know, Ryan Reynolds in it was pretty good, in my opinion. So I haven't seen a bad Ryan Reynolds movie. He was in Scrubs, by the way. I didn't either, honestly. If it could have been way worse. Yeah. Wolfie says it didn't suck all the way all the way though. It's unfortunately most DC movies lately. I didn't mind. I did not mind. I kind of really liked. I was hoping that Superman Returns was going to be a thing. I really liked that one. That was badass, in my opinion. That was pretty awesome. You know? But then again, is it Brendan Roth or something? I can't remember the name of the guy who plays Superman in that film. I'm a fan of his. You know, he's been in a bunch of stuff. You know, he played the vegan in Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and I love that. Don't you know, being vegan just makes you better than everyone else. I love that. You're incorrigible. I don't even know the meaning of the word. You know, I really liked that movie. I was really hoping that would be a thing, that it would be. I was waiting for the next one. That was going to be awesome. And then we got Batman vs Superman, aka Bat Jesus versus Super Christ. Martha, save Martha. With the funny Swiss throat accent. Save Martha. I've been wanting to watch Scott Pilgrim again lately. It's good. I love it. I do like it. It's that movie is in my top 5 somewhere in my head. It's in my top 5. I did love Scott Pilgrim. What was the thing he was going to say? What was the thing? Captain America's in there as well. It's quite funny. Seriously, Martha Stewart should have made a cameo too. Am I the only one that really liked Batman? Superman Returns. Am I the only one that liked that one? I thought that was great. I really did think that movie was pretty good, you know. And Kevin Spacey, even though he's a horrible person, maybe he was acting his ass off to be crazy in that film. So yeah, I didn't watch it, Tubbs. Okay. Yeah, Wonder Woman wasn't bad. I don't care what anybody says about that particular actor that everybody's moaning about. Like, I don't care about his mustache. I think it's funny. I think it's cool. That was okay. I was a bit disappointed with the ending, but I'm not going to go into it. I just don't like Superman as a hero. I don't either. But meh, you know. It doesn't bug me. It doesn't bug me as much as Batman. As much as Batman. There's nothing wrong with my Batman voice. Because I'm Batman. Oh, guys. I actually liked. I did like. I love Wonder Woman because it was just. It was kind of unpredictable, you know, because like every single iteration of Wonder Woman has been different, you know. In different comics, she's been depicted as different in different comics. She's been her backstory in general has been just different in everything. So this was kind of a unique take, and I did like it. But I still am kind of a little bit pissed at the ending, you know. Anyway, yeah, I like, yeah, I just like Batman for the villains. Batman and Spider-Man both have awesome assortments of villains. Well, they got wacky villains. Most of them are wacky villains. If you look at historically, they're wacky. They're crazy. They are bonkers. Yeah, you basically, yeah. I don't like Batman because basically Batman is just like emo rich kid. Basically, it's just like super emo, super rich kid, and it's the you know, everyone says like, oh well, the Nolan films really like nailed it, and I'm like, did they really though? You don't find them incredibly over preachy and pretentious all the fucking time, you know? You know, don't you think that Two-Face should have got his own movie instead of just being a little, you know, a bit in one movie? You don't think that basically like Bane is like kind of a sort of a side character, really? You know, can't you just fuck off? You know, I really liked. I used to like the original movies, the original Batman movies, and the cartoon, the Batman animated series, very nicely done, very nicely done. And even the I really loved as a kid. When I was a kid, one of the things I used to watch was Batman Beyond or something. Yeah, Batman Beyond. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome and believable. That was crazy awesome and believable. And the stories were so good most of the time. Most of the stories were so good. You know, it was genuinely scary at times, and not in the ways that you think it is, because basically there's like I'm going to spoil an entire story here, but I don't care. You know, if you don't want to hear the spoilers for Batman Beyond, then basically yeah. But there's one villain. There's one villain who basically like he's a reporter, and basically he's like he somehow finds out people's secrets and stuff. Nobody knows how he's doing it and everything. It's just weird and creepy how he basically seems to know everyone's secrets. He knows about meetings that have happened that he was never in. He knows about like people who are just like depressedly like yelling in the phone. He knows all this other stuff, and it's crazy because nobody knows how he's doing it. And then you find out it's because he basically has this device that enables him to change the vibration of his molecules, or his molecular layout, to basically vibrate faster than the vibrations of like walls and ordinary matter. In other words, he can phase through stuff. He can actually, you know, put his hand through walls and like kind of like poke his head in to all of these conversations, meetings and stuff, and basically hear it all and then report on it later. And that's how he's been doing it. And then so Batman finds out about it, but basically like the device has a glitch or something, and like the more you use this technology, the more your molecules will naturally vibrate or something. So without the belt on, you will basically like you'll phase through stuff. But the belt also has a thing. The belt basically has a thing called vertical hold, where it kind of projects a kind of like it kind of projects something through the soles of your feet, which mean that the floor vibrates with your frequency. In other words, you can't fall through the floor, because if you fell through the floor, then you'd die. You know. And again, I'm getting to the scary part. It gets really horrific. And yeah, he basically has been using this belt way too much, and he like he takes it off once, and like he starts to phase through like he can't pick up anything, he can't eat, he can't drink, and you're like, oh my god, he's going to starve to death or something. But no, it's way worse than that. He starts to fall through the floor. He starts to slide through the floor, and you're like that's really bad, you know. Like but Batman will get him, you know, before he falls through like the basement or something. You know, he starts through the floor, and like, you know, somebody will get him and like fix this problem or something. But yeah, so Batman goes through all of the building, basically trying to catch him like as he's falling through the floor. And he gets to the basement, and he just lets out a horrified expression on his face, and he just disappears into the floor, and it's like, you know. And then then young Batman basically talks to the original Batman, and it's like what's going to happen to him? And Batman's like, yeah, it's like he'll keep falling and falling. He'll fall to the center of the earth, and then he'll stay there forever. And it's like, that is horrifying. That's horrifying and creepy and weird, and Jesus Christ. Can he even breathe? What, I don't know how that works. You know, it's kind of been established that he can breathe even, but just how would this work? Can you imagine that? Just being at crushing depths, just falling to the center of the earth in all of that darkness and deafening pressure, and just it's horrifying. It's horrifying for somebody like me who can basically imagine almost anything. What the fuck? You know? It's like yeah. It's like that is horrifying to me. That's just crazy, you know. So yeah, I'm sorry if I spoiled that for anybody, but it's like that's one of the darkest things that's ever happened. Like, one of the darkest storylines that I've ever heard of, and stuff. And I've seen a lot. I watched the original Batman series and stuff like that, the original Batman animated series, and basically, it will be dark until he got to the mantle. Well, no, he will just pass. He'll phase through the mantle. He's going all the way to the core. That's the scary part. In which case he'll stop falling, and then he'll just be in the middle of the earth, when no one's gonna ever find him. That's the crazy, horrible thing, you know. That's creepy and weird, and just, yeah, it's disturbing. It's just disturbing. Anyway, yeah, I watched the original Batman, the original animated series, and basically they had this. There was a horrifying scene in that, which is still horrifying. But basically, you know how like the joke has like laughing gas and stuff, but there's just this guy that's in a hospital room, and basically he's been exposed to laughing gas, so he can't stop laughing. And Batman has to interrogate him, and basically he's you know, if he's laughing so much that he basically breaks ribs and stuff like that in his own body. And imagine if he can't stop laughing. That in itself is horrifying. But still, this was still horrifying too. But there's just lots of, it didn't pull any punches with the creative ways to end foes, essentially. There's a guy that got liquefied because he got vibrated too much with sound. You know, he got liquefied from sound. It was funny to me, to be honest. But you know, there's a woman who basically is turned into a puddle of goo, and she basically can reform herself. Ink, I think her name is. But basically, she like drowns a guy. You know, with her own body. That must just be gross. Ew. But yeah. Hey Tubbs, I'm back. I had ordered a pizza and just picked it up, and I'll share it with you, Tubbs, Chris, and Wolfie. Please. Please, that sounds awesome. I'm actually hungry again. I had dinner, but I'm still hungry. Okay, it's a little difficult for me to wrestle with the idea of someone laughing too much when I'm someone with a tickling fetish. Yeah. You have a tickling fetish. I know somebody else who has a tickling fetish, and she's cute, but it's kind of less like, I really hate being tickled. Like, holy shit, do I hate that? You know? And it's not just because it's annoying, but it's also because I like I said, I lash out. And like she's always like, well, we can tie you up. And it's like, I still hate being tickled. How do I tell her this? But would you give her some satisfaction somehow? You know, it's really annoying. Sorry. Sorry, that would explain some. I've seen some of the pictures. I know. I know. I know. Yeah. But yeah, it's still horrifying though if you think about it. Just not being able to stop laughing. It's just horrifying. The way that it was presented as well is just super creepy and super scary. It's just super, you know, this guy's doomed. This guy may not recover ever. He might just die here. You know, that's scary. It's really scary. Chris says, "Good to know, Wolfie." Are you the tickly or tickler? sounds funny. Tickly. Or does it not matter? Does it just not matter? Wolf, you're gonna love Vegas. I'm gonna switch, learning toward tickly. I could be tough, sounds easy enough. Ooh. Okay, Chris. Bye. Ow. Anything else for you, Chris? I barely sleep. Maybe I'm just really tired. I don't know. I will be on tomorrow anyway, Chris. If you want to chat more and stuff. Yeah. My eyes keep twitching. It's really annoying. I'm probably just going to stick around for a little bit. How long have I been streaming for? Yeah, I've been on for an hour. It's hard to believe it's the beginning of another month. I don't feel like this month has had anything happen yet, but it has. So I don't get where I'm thinking. What I'm thinking. But yeah. Oh, you mean my eyelids? My eyelids just keep twitching. They're doing it now. You're right though, Jeff. It probably is just a sleep thing. I don't know. I don't know what to talk about, guys. I'm really excited that I'm gonna get to meet Wolfie potentially as well. I'm really excited. I want my package to be delivered to me as well right now. It was kind of a thing. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but it was kind of just a thing that just like randomly happened. I was like, oh fuck it, cleared up my PayPal. Yeah. Guys, don't make me hungry. I can't eat anything before I go to bed. Can I just be in Vegas already? Can we just do this already? Like right now, please? Just do Vegas now. I did have a friend do the 3 wishes kind of question. You know, basically, this is a good question just to ask. But basically, if you had 3 wishes, if you found a magical lamp, you know, if you had a genie in a lamp and all that stuff, yeah, and you had 3 wishes, what would they be? I've got my answers already sorted. I know what my answers are, but then again, I've always had my answers sorted. I just want you to stop talking about food. That's basically my reason behind this. You know? No, why, Jeff? Our 2 wishes hold in reserve. Oh, okay, that sounds good. But there's like no limit to the wishes, you know? At least I'm assuming there's no limit to the wishes. Besides the number, there'd only be 3 wishes. Oh, 1, to be wealthy, to own a mansion, and to meet U-Tubs. Is that 3 wishes, or is that 1 wish? Hmm. You got 3. Yes, that's 3. Okay. Okay. Those are all good. I'm very flattering, Jeff. But those are all good. But I've got my 3 sorted. Do you want to hear my 3? Mine beat yours easily. Okay. one or two, it doesn't really matter. Is now this one's a bit out there because you guys don't know this, but I kind of created a sci-fi character race people. Race of aliens that basically are just all good and they're all very virtuous and they're basically immortal as well. One of the reasons for this, yeah, but they're all about choice. Their whole civilization is all about choice, and basically, one of the things that they discovered early on in their civilization, because they've been around for millennia, is that they want to choose when they want to die and stuff. So they basically did all the genetics and stuff early on in their race. So basically, they're basically immortal. I'd love that. So I'd love to be a Tyraxian, because that's what they're called. But they have all sorts of other abilities as well, but an actual Tyraxian. So that's one wish, because I get to fly. I get to fly around and like that would be awesome. And I get to do it in a non-bullshit superhero kind of way. There's an actual, they have like telekinesis, but only of basic matter. So basically, like liquids and air, they can control telekinetically, kind of. Anyway, so basically they can manipulate the air around them so that they can actually fly and stuff. And it's cool. So I'd love to be a Tyraxian. And the number two wish, this one's the one that beats your guys's out of the water, is I want a working, fully stocked, fully operational Intrepid class starship. And the third wish, of course, is to free the genie, because it can't be nice to be like a slave. Assuming that, make the genie human and mortal. Assuming that's what he wants. Assuming it's a nice genie. But yeah. There you go. Those are my two wishes. Me and my partner, me and Damon had an argument about this for the longest time. He was like, "Oh, so you wouldn't want to cure world hunger or anything?" I was like, an Intrepid class starship that's fully charged and fully powerful has replicators. I could cure world hunger if I wanted to. So, so you wouldn't want to do anything nice for your friends? It's like, excuse me, again, Intrepid class starship. Like, I could do whatever I wanted for my friends because, yeah. The replicators could create more replicators. I don't know if that's how that works. And they can run on poop. I guess they could. Why would they have to run on poop? They've got fusion reactors. They've got fusion reactors and dilithium power cells. They don't really need it. It's really cool. It's just so cool. But yeah. It's just so cool. Just one working Federation starship would basically change the world. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I could go around and stuff, and it'd be awesome. The reactors would create all the power they needed, but they can also convert and recycle biomass. They can, yes, that's true. So you'd revolutionize the toilet industry. Well, yeah, I guess I could. They call it waste extraction, by the way, in Star Trek. You never see a toilet. I don't think in all of Star Trek history, you never see a toilet. You know, even in Enterprise, where you see a shower, but you never see a toilet. Yeah, they call it whenever, but it's really funny because you never even hear about anybody mention anything about toilets in Star Trek, and then basically you hear the term at least 4 or 5 times in all of Star Trek. Somebody says waste extraction. You know, they'll say, "I got to go to waste extraction." It basically, that's them going to the toilet. They pop out of the wall. It's very much like Serenity Firefly. But no, that's my those are my grand wishes. But yeah, wouldn't that be cool though, Wolfie, having my own Intrepid class starship? Would be awesome. Because it's a place to live, and it's a method of transportation, and like it can land. I mean, that's just awesome. The only problem would be getting onto it and stuff. I don't like transporters. Waste extraction always unsettled me. It's like, do they have devices that just extract it right out of you? No, they come out of the wall. They are basically just toilets. They come out of the wall. It's like a Japanese toilet, apparently. It's weird how many times people who do Star Trek, you know, the people who do the show running for Star Trek, basically get asked this question. No, they're stored in the wall. And if you look at the blueprints, I've got blueprints on almost every single ship, basically. And you actually see they have like a W/E, usually TW/E, and it means typical waste extraction. Or they'll be labeled with a H, meaning head, because that's how you say waste extraction or toilet on a military vessel. So no, it's just a toilet. It's nothing fanciful like that. By the way, Stargate toilets. Do you know what their excuse is for not having toilets on like the cargo shuttles or any of the go ships? It's really gross, but funny at the same time. It's different for Atlantis and puddle jumpers and stuff, by the way. It's kind of funny though at the same time. What they do on Stargate is that, you know, the ring transport technology. What they do is they pee into the center of the ring transporters, or they poop, and then they activate the rings when they're in space. That's all it is. That's literally what they do. That is literally what they do, because you don't have toilets in the Go All ships. It's a setting on the ring transporters that you just poop or pee, and then it goes out into space. It's a little bit funny. Yeah, I only know this because like, I've got all of them on DVD. I've got all of the Stargates on DVD, and there's like an episode. There's an extended cut, there's a deleted scene where they basically like a couple of aliens. They've got this a gold cargo transport ship, and basically like the camera's panning around one of the characters because he's talking on a communicator, and then all of a sudden you see the other one in the background, and he basically is just pulling up his pants, and then he hits the button on the ring transports, and then the door closes and you hear the ring transport happen. And basically it's like, what just happened? And then I figured it out, and I was like, oh my god, that guy just peed in the ring transport. That's genius. I know, it's dumb, but it's funny to me. Did anybody else want to talk about anything else? I'm finishing this and I'm probably going to go. That's nice, Jeff, but I kind of feel weird just being on air and not saying anything. You know? I want that thing I ordered right stat now. Just put it like now. I hope it comes like tomorrow. I mean like tomorrow. I don't mean like in the morning. I mean like tomorrow for me, because it's already like 1:11 a.m. It's gonna make me very happy, whatever it is. Well, it might make me very happy. I don't know. No, it's supposed to arrive. It says 2 to 5 working days. So probably after the weekend. Probably. Maybe. Kind of. Wolfie, do you know about the event in Vegas that we're going to? Potentially. I don't want to press you into definitely coming, that's all. Well, it's just Jeff. It's just because I ordered it and I kind of used up all my money. You know, I had some excess money, maybe, and I just wanted to, yeah. I took it out of the Vegas fund because basically I'm getting a loan for that anyway. So yeah. I think we lost Wolfie. Oh, the little one. You like the little one too. Jeffrey, you like them all. It's a Stanwell Bulldog or something. I don't know. But it's nice. It can be a bit hot, and it doesn't smoke for very long, but it's my after dinner. I know, Jeff. You like them all. And in just 10 months' time, you'll be able to see at least 2 of them in person. That dog's still on there. So I keep getting frightened that he's going to fall off. So I'm going to put him somewhere else. Don't know where though. I didn't know you were such a. I didn't know you were so into it, Jeff. Because I just enjoy it. So. Made it a bit too misty in here. I don't normally have this hard. I think it's on his way out. This one's got to be cleaned again. Look at that. That's a lot. It's basically dirty on one side. You can barely see the S. That's not blurry. It's just the way it is. The last one he cleaned was actually my favorite one. It's being kept in the pipe rack, so. So you can see the silver on that. It says 4 people are watching, but it's just you and me, Jeff, in the chat. I think that's done. Right, I'm probably going to go then. I kind of want to stick around. I kind of feel like I don't feel sleepy at all or anything. I don't know what to do though. I could do that, but I don't know. I just don't feel like I've accomplished anything, and you know, I got my thing out about ageism and stuff, but nobody really wanted to talk about it, and yeah. I don't know. Hot in here again. Please try and rest tubs. Great big hugs and many snuggles. Kiss and many loves for you. Thank you. But again, I still don't know what to do. Still got to find a place to put my dog. See, I love this shirt, but Jesus Christ, does it try to look how much? It's just so much arm space and shoulder space because it's a super fat shirt. I know where I can put him. He can go on top of my piggy. Or he can go on the side of my piggy. on the side of my thinking. Hey Wolfie, I thought you'd gone. I don't know why I thought you'd gone. I am going to go soon, I think. Wolfie, yeah, I did want to know, basically, if you knew about the event that we are going to go to in Vegas in April and stuff. If you know what event that was. Okay. Well, I am going to go. I think. I kind of don't want to. But I kind of got nothing else to say. I keep picking up this pipe and I just keep expecting more of it. You're pretty sure. I'm just trying to gauge it, because basically I didn't know if I should tell you to pack anything extra or anything. Like, I'm going to bring my levers and my humidor. I'm going to restock that before I go. And the pop hood, of course. And this time I'm going to bring my sketchbook. Don't know if I'm going to get anything done, but I'm going to bring it. Oh, I got a message. There you go. Phone text message. Okay, with my friend. Oh god. Bunch of messages. Oh, why does Twitter do this thing now? It keeps telling me when people have done stuff. Okay. I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot what I did say. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for keeping company and for talking to me and stuff. I do feel a bit better. I honestly do. I feel a bit better. I feel less bummed out. I'm probably just going to watch YouTube or like play video games, both. And then I'm probably going to go to bed. Don't know. Anytime, Wolfie. So yeah, I'll probably be back on tomorrow, regular time. But until then, belly rubs and belly salute. I'll see you guys later. Thanks, Jeff. So now I'm having a conversation on my phone. It's great. Yeah, I'll see you like in about 12 hours. 12, 15, 14 hours time. I don't know. Anytime. Later, dudes. I hit the button, nothing happened.